Shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. They continue to rule very well to this very day. That is feeding the flock through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And also as well, likewise, Shalom to the whole elect that's continually labor in this work and also do labor to push forth this ministry and also to continue to teach the gospel to the other members of the whole elect in faith, in truth, and sincerity, and all charity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled "The Devil," the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Okay, and this is through the inspiration of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, in which this article was was brought to my attention concerning a former presidency when President Nixon was in office, and you had drugs permeate the whole of America. All right, and they made it a national issue in which you had an outbreak of drugs. Okay, but really, like always, this devil, which is the so-called white man, which is true biblical nationality, is Esau or Edom. He when it came to the drugs, he basically redirected that towards our people. Okay, because our people really are the main targets concerning this. And there's a reason why that our people are targeted. Okay, first and foremost, one of the main reasons is because we are the chosen people. Okay, Esau still has the same hatred that he's always possessed during the time of the beginning, especially during the time of the birth of Jacob and Esau. Okay, Esau has kept that hatred up until now. Okay, it's an ancient hatred that's been that has existed ever since then. Okay, and as time went forward, that hatred progressed. Okay, so now here in 2020, you're seeing that hatred still being stirred up in the hearts of these Edomites. Okay, because guess what? That's why you have now in today's time, with the development of what we like to call the vaccine. We can't even say the V word, or our channels get taken down, our videos, get flagged. The main targets or the main persons that they're trying to administer this vaccine to, or vaccine, should I say, they're trying to gear that or have our people, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, take the vaccine. Okay? And there was another piece of information that came out, right? That the elder Malcolm recently did a video on. It's an article concerning the high class taking a step back from the vaccine and allowing the middle to low class to take the vaccine. In other words, the higher ups of Edom, the super rich and these well-to-do Edomites, they're taking a step back, and basically what they're saying is that they want Jake, our people, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which make up the nation of Israel, to take that vaccine. Okay? And again, like the title says, this is the devil, the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He will always be a devil. Okay? And the Bible tells you that this man's a devil. The Bible tells you that the so-called white man is the devil, man. Okay? And you see that by his works, his attitude towards the nation of Israel. You know, you see that every single day, man. Okay? But I'm gonna read this article here. You know, this is one of many examples of Esau's treacheries, in which he have laid snares for our people so that they can be destroyed. Okay? Now, this is regarding Nixon's presidency. Okay? Now, there was a domestic policy chief by the name of John Ehrlichman, right? Which he was a former domestic policy chief. Okay? And he commented concerning the war on drugs. Okay? You know, because during the time of 1968 going into the 1969, 1970, that's when you had drugs start to run rampant here in America. Okay, that's why during that time you also had which came later on during those years, you had Woodstock. Okay, you had the movement concerning Woodstock and other things like that. And, it was heavy drug use during that time. Okay. Now, I'm going to read a little bit of this article. I'm going to get a few precepts. This, it says, I'm going to read, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to read from the top. It says, one of Richard Nixon's top advisors and a key figure in the Watergate scandal said the war on drugs was created as a political tool to fight so-called blacks and hippies. Okay? According to a 22-year-old interview, which was published in the Harper's Magazine. Now, it quotes, it says, the Nixon campaign in 1968 and the Nixon White House after that had two enemies, the anti-war left and so-called black people. Okay? So-called Negroes. Okay, and this is what was said by John, what's his name? Ehrlichman. Okay, kind of hard to pronounce that name. I'm gonna read the rest of it. It says, you understand what I'm saying? We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war. I'm gonna read it again. It says, we knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black, but by getting the public to associate the hippies with marijuana and so-called blacks with heroin, and the criminalizing both heavily, we could disrupt those communities. Ehrlichman said we could arrest their leaders, raid their homes, break up their meetings, and vilify them night after night on the evening news. And here's another key point. It says, did we know we were lying about the drugs? Of course we did. See that? So, not only him, he's one of many examples, but you have the super rich and the ones that are in power. And when I say I'm talking about the Edomites, things like this permeates their mind every single day. What is going to be the next plan to destroy our people and put us in further derision? Okay? And you understand why we're on fire and why we get angry and upset and highly frustrated at our people that pass off this man as not being the devil. Because here it is, we're bringing out facts on top of facts, mountains of facts, showing you that this man is indeed the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. All right? And when we say devil, all right, that word devil in the scriptures, when you look it up, it means deceiver, slanderer, okay? And the so-called white man is also known as the adversary, in which the adversary breaks down to the word Satan or Shaitan, okay? So just like how marijuana was placed out, all right, in which, that whole debacle concerning marijuana or cannabis or however you want to call it, that's another topic in itself, okay? Because marijuana, Jake, our people, the majority of our people, what they do is they smoke the stuff, okay? They smoke the herb instead of using it the way it's supposed to be used, okay? Because it's used to ingest in your body. It's not used to burn it and then take in the fumes made from, or take in the byproduct after burning it, inhaling it, okay? It's made for municipal uses, but again, there's not the video for that. If you can receive it, that's what it's used for, okay? I know you may have some new viewers that may be, tuning in, but that's what it's used for, okay? But they put that out, right? And they also put out heroin, okay? And they slapped the face of, they villainized our people as being the main pushers, so to speak. That's why it's a song by Curtis Mayfield called Pusher Man. Okay, I believe it's an album. Yeah, he named his album Pusher Man because that's what you had back in those days. You had the Pusher Man. Okay, and he was basically the drug dealer. Okay, and just like back then, even to today, the main people that they put as the face of drug dealing is our people. That's why it's no coincidence that you have certain icons or certain celebrities, rappers that rap about drug dealing, that rap about trapping, selling dope, things of that nature. Yeah, the main faces that they push out for that is our people, especially Judah. Okay, now there's no coincidence, man. Okay, this was set up back during the time of the presidencies, and this is what Esau has put out there. Okay, and once again for the purpose of destroying our people. Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the precepts. Now it's the book of Psalms, chapter 83, and this is at verse 2. It says, "For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones." Okay, so that crafty counsel that the scripture is talking about the higher ups of Esau, all right, the bankers, the super rich, okay, the banking families. That's the crafty counsel, okay, that was set up, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, because the Lord is the one that put him in that position. And what they have been doing is setting up different legislations in order to trap our people. That's why the scriptures call him the cunning hunter, okay, because what he does is lay snares and traps to catch Israel. Okay. Verse 4 says, "They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." See that? So that's the reason why these councils were brought together amongst these Edomites, to cut us off from being a nation, okay? Because, again, like I said at the beginning of the video, they know that we're the chosen people, man, okay? So they have to use certain tactics and and make certain plans to have our people put in this same light, all right, as being wicked, as being, strange, the face of villainy and wickedness. And meanwhile, this is the same man that tells you that, that basically puts off his own history concerning him. How he came to this land, how he got it, how he took this land and raped, robbed, and murdered the so-called Native American Indians, the so-called Latino tribes that were here in the Americas, from United States to the South Americas. Also, other types in history are also concerning slavery. They tell you to put out, forget about slavery. That was a thing of the past, and they'll have you commemorate or remember the event or what happened to the Twin Towers on 9/11. Remember his days when he went through adversity. Okay, but he tells you when it comes to your own adversity, forget about it. It's not important. Okay, so I'm gonna go on from there. We'll grab another precept. This is Jeremiah chapter 13, verse 23. Okay, it says, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots?" And the answer to that is no, they can't. Okay, so likewise, then, may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Okay, so the ones that say that they do good, all right, guess what? They're accustomed to do evil. They can't help it. Okay, so again, that's why, like the title says, this devil is always going to be a devil, all the way up to the point to where he's destroyed. Okay. So no matter, what happens to Esau, he's still going to be the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. From the time when he came out the womb until the time that he goes into the grave. All right, I want to grab another precept. All right, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 38, verse 12. It says, "They also that seek after my life lay snares for me, and they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things." Right, and what I just showed you is an example of that. Okay, of them speaking mischievous things, man, saying that to basically put a face of drug dealing on a certain group of people, a certain nation of people. That's speaking mischievous things, man. Okay, and they lay snares to seek after our lives. Okay, when King David was saying this, he wasn't only talking about himself, because he was prophesying when he was putting together these psalms. Okay, so when King David was saying this, and basically this is talking about us. Okay, because during this time it was those that were wicked during that time that were seeking after the life of David. And guess what? The person that's playing the role of the wicked today is the so-called white man, or Edom. Okay. Now let me go back. Should be another one in the Psalms. Don't remember exactly where it is, so I can bear with me for just a moment. Okay, here it is. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 140, and start at verse. Let me start from the top. Verse 1. Psalm chapter 140, verse 1. It says, "Deliver me, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem El Shai, from the evil man." And who's the evil man? Esau, Edom, okay? The so-called white man. "Preserve me from the violent man." And he's also the violent man. That's why he's known for starting wars and conflicts, man. Okay? And everywhere you see this man, he has a foothold in every single nation, in every single country, so-called country that we know. Okay, which imagine mischiefs in their heart continually, and they gather together for war. That's why he was given the blessing of the sword, and he used that sword to wage war in every single land that he laid foot on. Okay. Verse 3, they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adders, poison is under their lips. Okay. That's why it's another scripture in Psalms that says they shoot in secret at the perfect. All right. Even bitter words. Okay. That's their legislations. That's their that's the things which they've written and they sign and they put into action. Okay. And guess what? A form of this also is going to be them administering the mark of the beast, because they're going to allow certain legislations to be executed to force you to take that chip. Okay? And that's going to be compared to being bitten by a serpent. Okay? When they inject the chip within the people. Okay? Verse 4, it says, keep me, O Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purposed to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. Salah. See that? So the proud, which represents Edom, has laid snares and traps, man. Okay? And what I just read is a form of that. Okay? And there's multitudes and multitudes of snares and traps that Esau has put out in order to trap our people. Okay. And like it says in verse 4, it says he has purpose to overthrow our goings. And that includes us. And when it says overthrow our goings, it's talking about us to the best of our ability trying to keep the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So right now they're trying to find any and every way to catch us off guard and to have us taken away from our power and not to serve him. Because they know the minute that us as a nation serves Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai in faith, in truth and sincerity, then guess what? That's the end of his kingdom. So that's why he has put certain things into action to cause our people to go off, man. Okay. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and end off on that note. Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, every will. Shalom. Peace and safety. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Laboring and continue to labor in this work. Give me your diligence to make your calling and election sure. And faith in truth and sincerity and all charity. And with that, we'll say shalom.